Aloha, everybody. Kyle here. Welcome back to Vision Quest Astrology. I'm really glad to have you all gathering with me today, or tonight, or wherever you are, whatever time it may be. I really want to talk today about something that's pretty important in the astrological scheme of things, and if you follow the transits pretty closely, I think you all will think so too. And that is this new moon in Scorpio, which is exact as I'm actually filming this right now. By the time it's posted, it probably will have passed a little bit, but I just wanted to sit with you guys and talk intimately and share from my heart to the best of my ability and try and not keep this too scripted as I feel Scorpio really likes to do. When I think of Scorpio, I instantly, my mind, my heart, my soul goes to transparency. I was reflecting earlier, as you can see, I'm kind of out here in nature right now, and I was walking around before making this video, and I was like, how can I best describe what this new moon is and what the Scorpio energy is bringing forth in us? What really is the core essence of Scorpio? And then this one word came to me, and it's transparency. I feel like Scorpio energy in particular is it can be very misunderstood. It can be really labeled for something it's not. I feel like because it has such an enigma surrounding it, people oftentimes when they're encountering other Scorpionic type people, or just when there's Scorpio transits going on in strong Pluto and 8th house prominent stuff, it seems to make people nervous. Is something that I've really noticed. This energy seems to make people nervous. It can get people pretty angry. It evokes strong emotional reactions out of people. I think a big part of that is because it is such a strong, potent, intense dynamic and energy. And we all know this. You hear it all the time. Scorpio is the most intense sign of the zodiac, blah, blah, blah. And any astrologer will tell you that. But why is that exactly? Can't really answer that one entirely, because then that takes away the enigma of Scorpio. I feel like part of Scorpio and this energy is ambiguity. And that seems kind of like a dichotomy, right? It's like, okay, it's all, I'm talking here about transparency in relation to Scorpio, but yet then there's this ambiguity at the same time. And learning to understand how contradictions and dichotomies can exist all in the same space, and yet both sides are still valid. That's Scorpio, because it's a very black and white energy and dynamic here. But back to the piece I was speaking on about, this energy making people nervous and evoking strong reactions. Well, it is true. It's because Scorpio does deal with all of those things in a very 8th house manner, be it sex, be it death, be it rebirth, be it spirituality, and be it the true meaning of life in the world, and sexuality, and those deep, dark emotions that we all feel, like jealousy and hatred and anger and resentment, and that are really overpowering, that everyone has felt at some point or another, but no one wants to talk about because it's the shadow. I've always said that if Leo in astrology, being ruled by the sun, is the brightest light, then Scorpio is the darkest shadow, being ruled by Pluto, right? So it is the shadow side of life, at least in one expression of it. But I feel that in its highest, most benevolent expression, when you get to this phoenix rising above the ashes, right, that we all hear about, that is the transcended side of Scorpio. And you only get to that through working through your shit, taking an honest look at yourself, and that's where transparency comes in. Scorpio, without saying a word sometimes, anyone with this type of energy in their chart, or just in the transits going on, it invites you in its presence to take an honest evaluation and look at yourself, because it feels and sees into those, even if you're not talking about it, feels into the insecurities and into the depths of a soul in a person that aren't always readily seen on the surface, because it digs so deep. It's constantly taking that shovel and going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until it feels it's gone where it needs to go and can resurface and fly and like be this transformed, beautiful eagle that is so benevolent and just full of radiance. And you only, but it's funny, you only get to that through dealing with the darkness. Everyone is being asked in these transits, and this one particularly, to go within yourself and deal with all that stuff. I mean, sometimes it's funny. We can feel like if you are the kind of person that really is self-investigative and is, really one with your process, like, God, why do I have to keep going through the same stuff over and over again? And it's not necessarily true. You're not really going through the same stuff over and over again. You're dealing with another layer, another piece, another fragment that was off to the side that you didn't see in your last sweep through in your last evaluation. Self-investigation never stops. And we'll have periods where yes, it's lighter and more breezy and happy and upbeat. And there is an expression of Scorpio that is that. Once you've gone there, you got to go there to come back, right? But a big part of it is dealing with that stuff that often doesn't want to be looked at. Now, this new moon in particular, I find, is really inviting people to look at their relational dynamics. When we come into Scorpio, we've just gotten off of the tail end of Libra. And in Libra, we're getting harmonious with people, and we're establishing relationship and friendships and connecting. And then in Scorpio, we get into the intimacy. We get into the true bond and the true connection in those relationships. And that requires, there's a lot of mirroring effects that happens with that. We often have a way of projecting our shit quite literally onto other people. And we see our stuff through the other person, and they see their stuff through us. And there's no accident in two people coming together, as we all have something to teach each other. These people are in our life for a reason. There is a purpose behind it, no matter how. It's no arbitrary happening. The further I've come on my path, I think coincidence is bullshit. I think there is no such thing as just mere chance. I believe that there's such a larger orchestration going on up above, whether you want to call that a higher power or your spirituality, whatever your belief system is. I don't know, and I don't care. That's for you and yourself that's between you. But for me, I believe this to be true, and this is why astrology has been such a beautiful tool. I really invite all of you to take stock and evaluate your relationships in your life, no matter how many or how few there are. Take a look at every single one of them and see what's going on in that relationship, what's underlying, what's the subtle energies that are at play between you and this person, you and that person, and see how you show up or how you don't show up, how this person shows up or doesn't show up, and look at the deeper stuff that you're always thinking in the back of the mind, in your mind, and it's on your heart between you and this person that maybe you're not saying out loud. Because everything is energy, you guys. Everything is energy, and these energies are so subtle sometimes between us and others, and it's so easy to pass them off as nothing when really they are something. Please, guys, take stock. Don't let this time pass. And we only get one Scorpio new moon a year, so really look at the themes that are prevalent with this one, and be willing to sit with them and to go into that and feel what's being asked of you to feel, and be transparent. Just be open, be honest, be vulnerable, and in your truth. That's the greatest gift you can do for yourself and for everybody around you. And pay attention, be the change you wish to see, and if you are exuding that presence, other people are going to usually catch on and join in on the party. It's nice when people are present, and I find Scorpio energy, especially at this new moon. I was just out at the grocery store today earlier thinking about this, and people I was talking to, and just walking around, how when I'm present, other people are present. When I'm not present, it doesn't give them the opportunity to come and be present with me. So thank you for joining me, everybody. I wish just amazing blessings on all of you for this Scorpio new moon. Please leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and check out my website at visionquesthealing.com if you are interested in a chart reading with me, or you can email me directly at my astro email at visionquestastro@hotmail.com. Thank you, everybody. So much love, and happy transiting.